No fucking way. House of the Boogeyman. Gonna do my Halloween Ends review. I just want to make this short. Try to not give any spoilers, but I will say this. This movie was atrocious. There's no excuse. The only thing good that came from this movie is The Mask, which we barely seen any of, and the soundtrack. Other than that, this is shit. David Gordon Green. I just think that they were on a hurry to get to The Exorcist. There was no thought that went into this film. They didn't try. They didn't barely use Myers. They bragged up the trailer like we were going to get this final showdown between Michael and Laurie. We didn't get any closure. We didn't get any of the answers we were looking for. There was no need in Halloween Kills to go back and do a flashback and lead everything up to Hawkins being the one to kill Myers when he was barely even in the film, just like Laurie was barely in the film. This was all about Corey. It was all about Corey Cunningham. And I will say this. Here's 3 reasons why this movie sucks fucking ass, and there's no way I would ever put it over these original storylines. Okay? We didn't get much Myers in a Halloween fucking Ends film. Okay? I'm telling you why this movie fucking sucks. There was no closure. We did not get enough Myers. That falls in the same fucking category. Okay? Michael is not going to be an accomplice to anybody. Okay? He is not going to be taking orders from no fucking buddy. Okay? How does he go from taking out an entire fucking firefighter and paramedic crew and taking out an entire fucking city after his ass in the street from getting beat down to a 24-year-old and stripped of his mask and being ordered? No way. Like bossed around like fucking Chop Top and Grandpa would boss around fucking Leatherface. There's no way. No fucking way. 3rd reason this movie fucking sucks, and I'd never put it over the originals, is you kill off Michael Myers. You don't fucking kill off Michael Myers. Mustafa would be turning over in his grave right now. Okay? Malik, you should be disappointed. And I'm going to tell you right now, anybody that... I myself endorsed this fucking movie. I fucking tried to promote this fucking movie all over my Instagram, on my Facebook, everything. I love the masks. Don't get me wrong. I love the fucking masks. I love that they brought back a lot of the original characters for 2018 and Halloween Kills. But it didn't make sense to go the route that they were going, okay? And then to brag up all this, between Laurie and Hawkins, and we didn't get nothing there. Nothing. We thought maybe for a minute that Karen could have been the father. Because, remind us, any Halloween film, H2O, we never knew who, her, partner was, who, she had this kid with, and, who knows? Was it Ben Tramer? We never got the answers. It never really stuck canon to the original as far as these answers. We never got a backstory on Michael Myers. Like, we thought, not a backstory, but just how could he abstain the damage that he's, in Halloween Kills, getting shot and getting right back up to being weak and helpless in that cave and getting beat down and stripped of his own fucking mask. How the fuck is that possible? We literally seen him limp around and gimp around in the film. Okay? I get it. It's 4 years later, but that's where they made the mistake. Could you imagine if they would have picked up from Halloween Kills Laurie walking out of that hospital that night, okay, with that knife in her fucking hands, right? Okay? After knowing her daughter was killed and the rage that they should have continued it, the rage that she would have had. They could have continued it from Halloween Kills. Had the bloody mask and that same night is what it should have been, not 4 years later. And you bring in this new character that's accused of murder, and then so he gets picked on a little bit, so he becomes a murderer. Like, no fucking way. You know, the trailer, how it all led up to Michael and Laurie and the big showdown, and how he came, to the house, into the house. Okay, we knew it wasn't going to be him, right? From the door being pushed open, and it wasn't, Michael's hand. We knew it was going to be, the copycat at the time, Corey. But it just, it didn't, it wasn't necessary to have the film go this route. I see a lot of people comparing it to Halloween 3 and that, but the only comparison I see there is with the blue titles on the screen. I mean, I could see if Myers pulled a fucking, when he pulled the mask off, he had a fucking Shamrock logo on the back of his fucking mask, but it just, there's no comparison there. And comparing it with Christine, I get it where they're coming from with that. Yeah, I could see some similarities, but that's why this movie fucking sucks. This movie fucking sucks, guys. And it didn't need to end this way. It could have ended so much more meaningful. I feel like this was really a cash grab, And as I've said before, I think that they could have ended this 40 years later, because that's a long time to wait. I think that they could have ended this after 2018. Kills and ends was not even necessary. They could have ended it after 2018 and waited a while and then brought the series back. And continued on from there. There was a lot of different options and a lot of different scenarios that could have happened after Halloween 2018. In the back of that truck, when they burned that house down, they could have ended it. That could have been the revenge on Michael. Finally, revenge. And all the girls getting revenge, right? They could have waited to bring Halloween back, and they could have had a lot of scenarios that they could have made this a lot better trilogy than they wanted to. And I feel like it was rushed, and it was rushed because, David Gordon Green is going to get his hands on another classic horror movie. And what's he going to do? Is he going to fuck it up? Is he going to go back to the roots and fuck it up like he basically did with Halloween? I mean, what was the sense of the flashback and to brag up Hawkins and Myers when it played no effect in the following film? This Halloween Ends, there was no need for it to play out that way, because to bring it up that way, because it didn't play out that way. They made it look like it was gonna end a special way, like for the fans, or even for Laurie. That's not special. To fucking throw him in a fucking grinder like that, that's not. It's not for the fans. No way. But let me know your comments down below. How do you feel? I'd love to know how everybody else feels about this film. I mean, I've watched a lot of YouTube, reviews, and there's not many people happy with this. I'm definitely one of them. But that's why we have the original storyline that we can always have at heart, because nothing's gonna ever feel, to me, the way those first few films did, as far as the dark tone that they had, the atmosphere, that feeling, the vibe that those films gave off with the score. It was, to me, those are special films. And I would put Michael being in the Cult of Thorn well over any of the timelines 1 through 6. Of course, the exception of Halloween 3, but I would really take that Cult of Thorn over what they have now. And hell, I'd even just go 1 and 2, of course, and that's the main storyline. But then 1 through 6 is amazing. The Jamie Lloyd character, the way it stuck canon and paid small tribute to the original, it just, that's the storyline that I'll always hold close to my heart as a Halloween fan. And then honestly, I would really put Rob Zombie's version ahead of, you know, these past two films for sure. I do like the 2018 film, and like I said, I think it could have stopped after that, and that could have been the end. It would have been much more, you know, right as far as staying true to the original, because there's a lot of things that I feel this new film didn't get right. Let me know down below, how do you feel? It's going to be a long road for the Halloween franchise until, you know, I think we can get another film. And maybe, I don't know how it would be, that's a whole nother video. I'm not saying it's an awful thing and it's going to kill this franchise, but the movie was not good. And when these originals are still at the top, you got to ask yourself, did they meet their goal? Did they do what they were set in to do? Because they're not making the fans happy. They didn't make the fans happy. And let's hope The Exorcist is not fucked up by David Gordon Green. Let me know how you feel down below. House of the Boogeyman, signing off.